Hey guys, I'm back. Another fun day at the shop. This is going to be a pretty short video for a shop video. I have a whole big long, like instructive kind of, it's a documentary. It's a good video on how we actually do hydrographics, on dipping, hydro dipping, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, the pieces that are involved in it, I can't finish it right now because they need a clear Cerakote so they can be handled roughly when they're all done, and we're just waiting on that. So in the meantime, we're going to do a quick little video on dipping one of my favorite EDC knives, the Spyderco Manix 2 in Maxamet steel, just to make it a little bit more uniquely mine. So I hope you enjoy this one, and just one of the things we do here, one of the cool things you can do, I mean, you can put hydrographics on almost anything, and then depending on how much you intend to use it or how much handling it's going to get, various clear coats on top of it, glossy, matte, whatever. So let's get to this. Decided we're going to do a little hydrographics on it. We're going to make it unique. We have some extra multicam film, and since I'm learning the process still, we're going to give this a good base coat with the required, thank you, Bree.
I'm going to Vanna White this.
Brianna White. We're going to base coat this in the appropriate one-hit wonder color, and we're going to get a little dipping practice in, and we are going to give this a multicam wraparound, and then probably a Cerakote clear coat to really give it good protection going in and out of the pocket. Unfortunately, because of the construction with all the rivets, I can take the pivot screws out, but that pivot itself is locked in there. The pocket clip comes out nice. So basically, we're gonna mask off the inner workings here, the spring, the lock release. We'll mask off inside there. We'll leave the rivets, they'll be there, so they'll get coated, whatever. This little metal insert that goes for the lockup, that'll get coated, but we'll mask off the blade. The blade will be as is, and then this will get the cool multicam wrap, and it'll look really awesome.
It's not a wrap. It's hydrographics. A wrap is something completely different.
Hate you so much.
You can call it a wrap, that's fine.
I can't believe I even speak to you. So part of the process to make sure that you have good adherence for the base coat, because you wouldn't want to put, you correct me if I'm wrong, which you do anyway without me even telling you to.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So you wouldn't want to put the film directly over just bare plastic or metal because it might not adhere. So there's a line, and you guys are going to see all this. We have like a really thorough how to do hydrographics video, but we have to wait for a clear coat on the pieces before that video comes out. So this is like a mini version. So scuff the plastic up with a specific Scotch-Brite pad, and then use a wax and grease remover to make sure it's completely clean of oils and, you know, from your finger or production or anything like that. So this is now all prepped and ready. And we're going to use a specific multicam match because it's all the film and everything's licensed by the corporation that makes multicam. So it's not like military OCP pattern or anything like that, or Scorpion or whatever they want to call it. It's actual multicam pattern, and you'll see the brand name going through and everything. So we're ready to mix up paint in an air gun and spray it on here, and then it will form the base color of everything, and in the film itself you'll see there's some clear transparent areas, and that's where that paint will show through. So not only is it like the base level to make sure that the film adheres, but it also becomes part of the camouflage pattern to go on this thing. So do you see the clear parts? This is what I was talking about, where you'll see the base color through the clear part, and that will become part of the multicam colors. And then there it is. Then you have the multicam, you know, we have all sorts of cool sounds in the shop. So we'll cut the appropriate part of the film that will let me wrap the knife, you know, all around. Roll the knife all around, not wrap. And the cool part is you can like sort of look for which part of the pattern you like best and use that, or you can just randomly cut. You like that part?
Yeah.
So then I'll cut over here.
This has the most color.
Most color. It's colorful.
It's Shazam.
So here's the actual piece cut. You can see a very small amount of material here to cover whatever it is. You want to have extra so that as I wrap it, and really I'm still learning how to do this stuff, but it's gonna look, I'm getting more and more excited as we go. The cool thing is that this will settle into all these little nooks and crannies on the knife. I'm trying really hard not to touch it so I don't have to do anything else to this but it'll get into all those little areas, because essentially once you put the activator on and get rid of this carrier film, it's just ink floating on the surface of the water. So I can touch the film all I want. And then it's just a matter of, you know, lining the knife up to get the pattern on it where I want it the most. And I'll figure that out in real time as I go. But it's gonna be sweet, I hope, I think. In any case, it'll definitely be really, really cool. And with this Cerakote over it, it'll be more durable than any, you know, paint job I could put on this thing.
Okay, go ahead. Get down low. Roll it forward. Keep rolling.
Oh,
It's okay.
difficult with the...
And go down in the water.
Not bad. Alright, so dipping is done. Now I did a little bit of touch-ups. You remember I had it masked off around the lock release there. So I took a little bit of that base color and just touched up there and around some of the edges where it was also masked. Rather than touching everything up perfectly, we decided to go with a little bit of a distressed look, because why have it look perfect and brand new when you could have it look like, I mean, this, look at the blade. This blade is a user blade, right? So I wanted the handle to match a little bit. So we did a little bit of distressing, just a little bit, to give it a little bit of use in life, but still, you know, if you look at the overall pattern, it's still got its Multicam camo on it, which is really cool. So the next step is to remask the blade. We uncovered it just so we could, you know, take a look at the overall pattern and everything. And you'll see I took the paint and the dip off of the rivets because the clip and the pivot screws are also, since I have them in a nice little baggie, took them off before we did the work. I wanted all the hardware to match. But I'm going to get the blade remasked so that Darren can shoot this Cerakote matte clear over it. And I mean, then I'll just scrape some of that touch-up paint off of the lock release and it'll be good to go. I mean, very simple one-day project, half-day project. All right, we are 24 hours later, maybe a little bit more than 24 hours later. So yesterday at the end of the day, this went into the paint booth for a matte Cerakote finish. The thing about doing the clear Cerakote on this particular knife, this was air cured. Normally a Cerakote finish would be oven cured, and as soon as it comes out of the oven and it's cooled down, you can do whatever you want with it. Because this is air cured, it needs 24 hours to fully dry. Once it's 24 hours fully dried, it's handleable, but you wouldn't want to put it through any heavy use for 5 full days. Now I know that seems like a pain, but because you're not doing the whole full heat cure in the oven, you know, the chemicals need a little bit more time to do their thing. So after 5 days, this will be fully cured and as durable as any other Cerakote. It just needs that extra time. Because, you know, to put this in an oven and do the whole full heat, you know, we don't know what is going on with the plastic, about the internals, and since we couldn't fully disassemble this, we didn't want to risk it. So it just seemed like a safer choice. But I love the blade finish now. It's shadows. Sorry, the lighting in here, you know, I can only do so much with it. Yeah, there is an area where you can still kind of see. There's an area where you can kind of see the difference in the original blade finish because it was coated with the blade open. I'm not worried about that at all because it's still Maxamet steel underneath. It just means that this section is going to be a little more protected from wear and corrosion and stuff. Overall, I think this is a great, nifty little idea. To really customize a knife. And you can do this over G10, you could do this over plastic, you could even do it over metal. But again, you got the Cerakote top coat to protect it. So you can dip anything you like with Hydrographics and get a cool pattern out of it, which is quicker and easier than actually doing the painting with Cerakote stencils. Gets your knife, you know, back in your hand a lot quicker, but I'm really happy. This is pretty cool. So all I got to do now is put the clip back on, which I'll do, and it'll have to be out of my rotation for a few days just to let the cure fully take and everything, but then very unique knife. So just another cool in the shop video, having fun, playing around, right now, just finished rinsing, but you know, working on my skills. I've got a cool steel water bottle that I mixed up with custom paint color for the base coat and have these cool piranhas on it. It'll be done soon. I'll show it to you when it's done, because I have some stenciling on the back too. But now I gotta go fully wash this off and rinse it, see if it needs any touch-up. So, thanks for joining me in the shop for this little one, and I appreciate all of you. You're all absolutely awesome, and I'll be back again real soon.